Well, hello everyone. I trust that you had a enjoyable Christmas and hopefully you're getting some enjoyable time in rest, relaxation as we gear up for a new year. I wanted to communicate with you a little bit and just felt like this might be a little more effective than a lengthy email. So either you will actually watch this or at least listen to it and hopefully get a little more out of it that way. I have preached and stated the last several weeks of this year that feeling like the Lord has been dealing with me personally, and I also believe in turn us as a congregation that we need to find out what He's doing, what He wants to do. And I really believe heading into 2021 that we need to move out of a sort of a pause mode. I feel like most of 2020 has kind of just been on hold because of all of the uncertainty of COVID. And we just kind of figured out how to manage from day to day, week to week, month to month. But I really feel strongly that that is not how God wants us to continue on here. And yes, I completely understand we are still dealing with COVID. And we have no idea what the future is going to be because of COVID. But we can't just sit around again and sort of keep everything on pause, because who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. And it's from that perspective that I really wanted to communicate a few things in light of our last tag in which we talked about some changes for next year. One of the things I need you all to kind of wrap your brains around is what we are talking about doing for next year is a long-term, big picture change. And so that's why the question of can you host? Do you have someone in your group that can host, or do we need to help you find a place to host, is so important. Because if we're going, and I say that rhetorically, if we're moving in this direction, not only of expecting you to have a monthly gathering, but also looking to trade off some services next year for oikos gatherings, then we need to know that, sort of logistically, we are in good shape. And several of you, so this is not picking on one person, several of you, your responses have really kind of been all geared around COVID. And as we have done, we will continue to do. And that is based on where we are at a particular time. If there's COVID issues, we will make adjustments. And if we get to the end of January, and I guess maybe I haven't officially said it, so here it is. The plan is to launch the first fifth Sunday Oikos gathering at the end of January. So that's about a month away at this point. If we get there and we still are kind of in some of the same circumstances, we're going to make adjustments. But I'm not just going to sit here and pause everything because we're worried about where we're going to be. And so that more than likely, we will still have the Oikos gathering instead of service on the 31st if COVID is an issue, but we will come up with some alternatives, obviously Zoom being one of those. But again, one of the biggest things I need all of you to kind of get a hold of here is this is a big picture thing. I'm pretty confident COVID's not going to be here forever. And so this is beyond COVID. Another thing, it's kind of been a little bit of some of the responses, and again from several of you, so I don't want any one person to feel like I'm picking on you. But some of you have had challenges with your oikos getting together in the past for gatherings. there's a couple of things about this that I think you need to you need to make sure you understand. One of the big ones is we're going to be again trading off a regular scheduled service for the opportunity for you to have a gathering of your oikos. And the hope is that, especially for those that are in your group that attend church faithfully, that since it's not something outside of the norm in their schedule, it's just, again, a trade-off that hopefully they'll be willing to participate. So even for those who have had some challenges with people being willing, as Bishop has said, and I have said this year now several times, we're going to love everybody, but we're going to lead the hungry. And it's a mistake that leaders make, and it's a mistake that I have made many times, and that is not feeding those that are hungry, not providing for those that have the desire, because we're so caught up in the group, and sometimes that's a minority, sometimes it may be a majority of those that are kind of not interested. And so I'm asking you to kind of focus on those that are in your group that will be interested. And we will continue to love those who are not interested, but we're not going to stop everything because there are some folks that just don't seem to have an interest in getting together. Again, this is a big picture, long-term thing, and I don't want to just repeat myself, but we will make adjustments as needed if COVID provides us challenges when we are scheduled for an oikos night and gathering and as a trade-off to a church service. We can do it. We have proven, and the Lord has proven, that He has a way, and we can get through the challenges and the obstacles. I'm asking you to join with me. I can't tell you I've done this perfectly the last several weeks, but I can tell you that I have felt a significant shift for me in not just sitting around, again, sort of on pause, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what the future holds. And so I can just tell you, and I think not only in the context of what I'm talking to you about, but even outside of that, my wife and I have discussed it, and I think we're gonna move forward in making some of our plans for next year of things that are an important part of what we do. And again, if we get to the timing of it and we've got issues with restrictions because of COVID, we'll make changes. But I don't know about you, but I don't think I can handle personally going through another year like this year of just sort of, again, pause seems to be the best word to me. Everything's just on pause because of the uncertainty. And so this is extremely critical because of the role you have played. And I've said this, I'm going to say it again. I can't imagine how we would have gotten through this past year without your support, your ministry, your participating and helping us to minister. And I feel like one of the many lessons we've learned this year is the significance of the role that you play of an oikos, of the need for it to effectively minister. So let's get our eyes set on the joy before us, and we're going to face obstacles. There's going to be challenges, but we're going to overcome them, and we're going to overcome them because the one who has already overcome is the one that is leading us and guiding us. The one other point I guess I want to make here is our next Deacons Tag-In is a week from this Saturday. I think that's December the 9th. This is going to be a really critical tag in, because one of the main things we'll be discussing is what are the expectations, what are some of the main things that will be, I guess, basically required, if you will, as a part of these meetings when we have oikos gatherings instead of a church service. I will tell you in advance, it is not going to be laid out in a restrictive way, meaning there's going to be some freedom, some liberty for you to kind of do some things as you feel are beneficial for your group. There's one thing for sure that I know is going to be an expectation for these gatherings. Actually, probably two things, and I'm not going to tell you either one of those right now. You'll have to hold off till next week and make sure that hopefully, I'm hoping that the majority of you will be on the tag in. I realize some of you work Saturdays and have some conflicts, but I'm hoping that you will be a part. And obviously, if you're not a part, then the recording will be sent out fairly soon after the meeting, so that as soon as you can watch and listen. So it's going to be it's a very important meeting because, again, most of it's going to be focused on talking through some of the logistics as we move forward in implementing this fifth Sunday or fifth Thursday gatherings of our oikos. And I will just insert this. It really would be nice to see a few more of you on the call rather than just listening. Someone told me the other day that in most business settings, it's essentially mandatory for you to have your video on when you join a Zoom call. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to mandate it, but I am going to tell you it really is. It's kind of nice to be able to see more than your name or your profile picture. And if you have valid reasons as to why you're not doing that, then I will trust those reasons. But again, I am requesting, if at all possible, that you would join not only by audio. In the meantime, obviously, if you have any comments, questions, need clarification on anything, you know how to reach me, you know how to contact me, and I would be more than willing to communicate with you in taking care of anything we need to take care of. So, God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Very excited about what God is going to do this weekend with Brother Ryan Neer being with us. So, God bless you.